Well, what's the crack, everybody? How are you getting on? You're all very welcome to episode... What are we on? I didn't even check it out. I think we're on 90. Are we on 90? Until we hit the ton. We've gone over 251 episodes anyway, so that's the important thing. Yeah. This will be 251 episodes. That's where it's, I suppose, numbers-wise. Who's counting? I fucking am. Today is the 19th of May, 2020. Well, what's the crack? How are you getting on? It's a nice day outside. As always, thank you very much to the Patreons with a couple of new ones on this week, which is fantastic. This is really sound out of people. Do you know what I mean? During the times, I suppose I'm banging out stuff at a fucking... You can tell when I say that I need to stay doing stuff, or I'll go fucking postal. I'll go kind of on the fucking mental rampage. You get what I'm talking about now. You can all see it and hear it. You're going, right. He's great for putting out that footage, isn't he, and content. Yeah, but he's also keeping himself mentally stable. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. And the builders are back. There's builders building up the road from us here. The boys are back. Kia boys are back. Oh, no. It is. It's the builders. They'll be doing some social distance. These fellas, I'd say, the thought of social distancing, these lads, not a fucking prayer. Not a prayer. These lads are still building in 1982, by the go of them. The way they are, they don't give a shit. There's no ladders on scaffolding. There's no fucking safety gear. There's no nothing. I don't know how they're able to operate, but fuck it. Fair play to them. There's a bang of jealousy off me here. Who wouldn't love to be working in that environment? Where it's old school. Fags. Baiting each other. Do you know what I mean? My thanks very much, like I said, to the Patreons and people that have bought merch and all the rest of it. If you're new to the podcast, hit subscribe. That's the job. You might be just dipping your toe in because some new people are coming in and I'm getting vibes that they're coming from different podcasts they've heard me on, like Harden Up. The new one with myself and Owen. I say new. Fuck it, it's months old now at this stage. We had episode 8 out the other day. Thank you very much to people who contributed. People were just sound people, screen grabs and stuff, just letting us know where they're listening to it. People are enjoying it no end. So there's a good old crossover there of people that would have known me or would have known Owen. So it's nice. It's nice. It's a good kind of vibe. I mean, there's talks we're talking about making it a bit more of a magazine-y show, we're coming up next in this part, and it's just, we're both free spirits and organic artists, guys. But which is fine for us. But your average person listening has a set time in their day. So I think going forward, as people start to go back to work, we may square it up a bit more. Like, there's no time limit on it. Like we did, I don't know, an hour and a half the other day. I had to trim it down a bit, all right, because there was a bit of banter at the beginning, just kind of back and forth. But, it's just, I think an hour is plenty. So we'll probably do sections and stuff like that, stuff from the guests, because we did some answering of questions. And if you look at the YouTube one, which is on the Patreon page right now, exclusive to Patreons, if you can see I threw up the footage of it, you can see actually able to bring over people's questions that they sent us, put them up on screen like some sort of snazzy fancy dance. So this I've been learning. The University of YouTube has been good to me in this recent times, as young Asian children teach me how to do stuff on on computer software. That's the reality of it. That or some bloke who hasn't, like, there's always, like, I was trying to learn about lighting and stuff like that, the best lighting. So there's lights on the way, because for the foreseeable, this is going to be the crack. You know what I mean? So you got to get decent lighting. Like, it's only all right lighting in here, and the camera is very fucking good, but the lighting totally lets it down. Apparently, this is the thing. So, but when you're watching these videos, the guy's going, "Hey guys, so how's it going? My name is Scott here. I'm from Texas, and I just want to talk to you today about lighting, because I've had a lot of people ask me about lighting, and they'll have they'll have this setup behind them, this clusterfuck of ridiculously expensive gear, just fucked every which way. And they go, so if you check out this one, this is the XTZ80 from Casio. So I'm just going to turn that on right now. Okay, and now I'm going to just turn on, and all these fellas look like fucking death. I would say death warmed up, but they don't. They look like fucking death. Every one of these lads, they're all in hellish condition. You're kind of going, oh lad, all the lighting in the world ain't gonna. I mean, we can see you better, but is that always a positive? Like, you look like you haven't been outdoors ever. Like, there's nothing. I can see your translucent skin. I can see the veins on your brain, actually on it. So those are the other fellas I've been making. I say this like I suppose I've been outside a bit. Ironically, you think you'd be outdoors all day long, frolicking around, but that was the first 2 weeks, making stuff out of pallets and all the rest. And then you realise, I better get to work. I better get actually working, because when this thing passes, I don't know, will there be any work for us left? And if there is, every fucking prick who dreamt of being a comedian is going to come out of the fucking wood. This will do one of two things. It'll either burn off the dead wood, and there is dead wood. There's no two ways about it. Like, there's dead wood. Or it'll bring people coming out of it going, you know what? I started a vlog and I think I'm going to be hilarious. You're fucking not, but you'll still get a slot somewhere ahead of people who've been working the whole off. And I say that with a misty, teary eye, because this Thursday would be my 10th anniversary since my first gig. Every year I've always been gigging on it and always had a hoolie of a time. So no, I'm not doing anything special with the podcast or anything. I'm not doing a special stand-up set or anything like that. So I'm not overly sentimental. I'm just saying it. I'm saying it as it is. But it's a pain in the hoop is what it is. It just brings the reality of it. But fuck it. There'll be an 11th one, won't there? There'll be a 40th one, hopefully. Hopefully. If we can keep the fucking show on the road for as long as we can. What else did I want? Oh, yes. The live chat on Sunday. Sound. People got involved. It was cool. We got to finish off the show with Mick. Big news. They must have been, I don't know, idle or something, but up our road, they're after bringing mega fast broadband in the last week. Because I've been checking, and it wasn't getting we had the fucking whatever, the fucking 4G dongle thing or whatever. And it was grand. Because there was just no point in hooking up to the broadband here. It was the same strength. But they're after bringing decent juice up the road. Like your man says, hello there. So we have 1,000 megabyte is on your road now. Like, I don't think I need 1,000. 300 or 350. I don't think I need that either. Well, 150. 150 megabytes should do me. It should do me for the bit of old podcasting I'm doing. It should do me. So situations have improved. Will improve immensely. So your man says within the next 10 days they'll be here. So let's hope it's inside the next 10 days. I'm not going to give out to them, otherwise they don't charge you anyway until they fire you up. But that's exciting. That will improve things no end. It will speed up production. It actually will speed up production, which means I can get more production. I mean, it's a bit pricier. Well, it's not too much pricier actually, but it's grand. So therein lies another thing. We're stepping it up, game. So we have a new webcam. We've got a new mic system set up or coming. We have a new lighting system coming. I'll never have to leave the fucking house again. If I get enough Patreons, I'll never have to leave the fucking house again. I can just continuously stay 24 hours on a loop. Just hang the webcam off like a helmet and just in front of my face and just eat and go to the top. Why not? I bet you. Because there's I remember somebody sending me on a link of a family in America, of course, who basically have vlogged their entire life. They have like kids and stuff like that, and they've vlogged their entire life. I don't know how interesting these people are. I'm guessing they must be some way interested, doing shit and stuff. But of course, you're afforded to do stuff when you do stuff. I just got a lisp for no reason. Apologies. It's actually, what time is it? It's 8 a.m. The child is above. He's having the breakfast. So I said I'd pop down and do this. What the fuck is going on now? Can you hear that beeping? Gee, I'm living out the country for a fucking reason. It is for me. Hold on 1 second. And through the power of technology, we're back. Through the power of technology, Jesus Christ, Tom, you press stop and you press start. Huh? Talk about a man looking for a fucking back in the bat. That was oil. That was our oil crowd. We got in a shot of oil. We had to. It was looking kind of low. But here's the fucking thing. I got the heads off. We didn't really need it. But for 200 snots, 550 litres. That's not right, isn't it? And apparently, according to the oil bloke, who is the most gossipy bloke of all time, it's going up tonight. Going back up tonight by, I don't know. It's going back up anyway to a certain amount. So he's like, oh, she going back up tonight? Yeah, Wicklow as fuck. So delighted with that one. So heads up to anybody around the country listening. If you need to get fuel in, apparently it's going back up tonight. So if you get this today, being the 19th, order in your oil, get your fucking deal done, and get it cheap as chips. Like I was saying about the live pod, that was great crack. It's just a bit of a laugh. I'll throw up the audio tomorrow. The audio is it's grand. It's grand for what it is, because you're cutting back and forth between people jumping in. Like we had people in Australia, people in Canada. We had around the country as well. So it's and you're trying to chit chat back and forth without it cutting over. And you can, unlike Zoom, it doesn't cut you out. You know what I mean? As bad. Like Zoom really doesn't work for that environment. And also in Zoom you can't make a host feature. Well, I think maybe you can. I don't know, but although if you can, maybe you can make a host feature. You can just put somebody up flat on it, and you have cutbacks back and forth. But their audio is just, Zoom just doesn't work. Plus, also directly through Zoom, you can't put it out over your social channels in the same way you can with the Get Vocal. So, all of them have an issue or two, but it works out pretty grand. We got to finish off with Mick Conlon finished off with a violin, so hopefully we'll get another one done this Sunday. Although we'll see. We should get it done. But it's just making sure it's right, because it's a whole new genre for me. Like, it's hosting people talking. You know what I mean? I'm fine in the live environment. I can go, hey, what's your name? You here? You a couple? You out for the night? What's the fucking crap? So this is now having to understand the time difference, chatting with people, and then you kind of have to politely explain to people this is how it's working. Because one Australian lad jumped on there, and he I don't know, he was just, was he half cut or what? Like, but he was just fucking mouthing away. And he was being cut off because there was two of us having a conversation at the time, and letting a third person in, it was just messy. But most other people grasped it. So the hosting of it's fun, because it's a new skill, is to host something online while chatting to people and throwing out the odd story to get the old ball rolling and all the rest. But it was good. We could have talked for fucking hours on the school subject. I'm trying to think. I have a bunch that I want to do, but just thinking ones that just steer clear of all the other chat. So we'll see. I'll announce it on Friday. What one? Friday's guest I'm recording with. As you will hear this, it'll be out early. I'm recording tomorrow, but it'll be out tomorrow evening for the Patreons. But out for general release on Friday. That's with the mighty Phil Nichol. Everybody, if you haven't heard of Phil Nichol, go right now and look him up. Okay, no, wait till the end of the podcast and then go look him up. He's fucking he is brilliant. There's just no two ways about it. There's no, I think he's amazing or I think she's amazing. When they may be amazing to those, but generally they may or may not be that good. There's no argument. Phil is just fucking brilliant. He's mental. He's absolutely mental. I can't wait to talk to him about the time he walked nude through his audience playing a guitar. Yeah, he did. He's I think he's originally Canadian. He's very, very good at accents. Very good at accents. Like, in 2 seconds, he'd have you believing where he's from, and really knows the accent. So that'll be out tomorrow evening, all going according to plan for the Patreons, and then out Friday for the regular folk. Oh, what a week it's been, guys. Wild whirlwind. Has it fuck. I've been keeping myself busy. And the reason why I say we may or may not get this Sunday one done, because myself and Gordo are drawing up plans for a whole different type of show to go online. So Gordo, I'm not saying it because I at this stage I'm going to start owing him money for every time I say his name. His podcast, you know who I'm talking about. He produced the live Royal Ramble Pod at the weekend, but we have another show in the pipeline. It ain't stand up. So I think I talked about it with you before. So this one, we'll see what way we are for content wise and what way we built it together. Will we get it done this Saturday? So may or may not. Hopefully we will. But I was out of the house, so we can go out of the house now ever so slightly. We're in phase 1. You can go outside the house ever so slightly. I mean, I'm only up the road from the shops anyway, so it never really felt too restrictive. But I had to go to the post office the other day, and I wanted to go into the town one. but ourselves. Of course, there were returns. Returns of stuff. I would imagine 70% of the stuff that's getting ordered at the minute, Amazon are ready for it to come back, or whoever you're buying it for, because people are just impulse buying. This is actually what it was, a fucking load of gear for the young lad that not in Jesus would it fit him. Not a fucking hope would it fit this brute. So she was like, no, we'll go to the local one up in the village. And I didn't even know where it was. I went, Grant, let's go. Should be cutesy. We'll get to meet fucking Miriam, who runs the local post office. Do you know when you have a notion in your head that's going to be warm and cozy and chats and fucking smell of scones around the place? Oh my fucking days. It couldn't be less like that. It was it was sadness and creepiness all put into one little place. Oh my God. So I walk into the shop, and like in a lot of places, the post office is a separate compartment. But the guy's in his little post office kind of booth. He's like an Indian guy, or I can only assume he was from that part of Asia. But and then there was another guy working behind the counter, and there was no hello, there was no nothing, zero music playing, there was just nothing, absolute fucking silence. And it looked like the shop was at the end of the apocalypse, you know what I mean? Where it had been fucking raided for all the good shit, and they left behind things like pineapple chunks and brown bananas. Do you know, and I'm not even giving him grief for that. I've been in plenty of old smelly shops that are in bits, but at least there's a bit of charm. This guy behind the counter, an older bloke with his hands in his pockets and a mask on, just staring at me. Just fucking staring at me. So I made my way over to the post office guy, who's right beside him, right? And they're not talking at all. They were both sitting there. Your man was standing behind the counter. The other guy was sitting, just staring straight out. And I mean, geographically, they were 4 feet apart. Like, they actually, your man had a booth, I suppose. But so I go up, and I find this a lot sometimes when, and this is going to sound really xenophobic, right? Strap in. But it's not. I find it, maybe the break, I don't know, the difference in culture or whatever, but your man was real snarky with me, the post office dude. And I don't think he meant to be. In an Irish terms, he was real snarky. He's like, what are you doing? How many of these have you got? I'm like, I've got 3 packages, dude. Okay, I need to scan them. I went, yeah, I know how this fucking works. It's a fucking post office. Relax. It's like, your tone is way off, man. You should be happier that I'm possibly your only customer for the day. Something different to see. I don't know, was I getting in the way of something he was doing? But the vibe wasn't good. But I've met that vibe a good few times now, and I'm kind of getting the thinking, maybe it's just a cultural thing, because the guy's snarky as fuck with me. And so I hold the first box up to be scanned through the glass. He's like, it's not scanning. I said, okay. Well, whose fault is that? I've done exactly. It's printed out perfectly. Well, what? Okay, show me the others. Show me. And I'm like, dude, take it down a fucking notch. I haven't said a thing. I'm keeping it together. I'm like, all right. Customer service hasn't been something you've had to worry about for a while, Tom. So, hold it together. It's all right. You don't have to snap right now. So hold up the next one. Okay, that one scanned. I know it did. Do you think I have never come across a scanner, dude? Where is the breakdown happening here that you think I have just fallen out of the fucking sky with these 3 packages? So third one up, scans. That one scanned, so why isn't... I went, I don't know. I don't know why it didn't scan. Well, it's not scanning. I don't know. Can I do this? Do you have any other way of getting around this issue? I said. He went, no, I said, the barcode won't scan for some reason, so there's a number under the barcode. Can you enter that? This, no, this is, and he gives me that look like, what the fuck are you saying? You absolute fucking asshole. So thankfully I had the thing on I went, all right, if that printed barcode isn't working, how about this one? I had the PDF on my phone, held it up. He goes, what are you doing now? I went, that's the same barcode. Can you scan that? See, will that scan? Well, hand me your phone, please. I went, no, just do the same thing. So the next thing, the guy sticks The fucking hairiest mitt you've ever seen sticks it out underneath. I'm like, dude, that creepy old son of a bitch is wearing gloves and a whatchamacallit, a mask. The least you could do, right? So he sticks out. No, you're fine. I goes, no, it's social distancing, man. We gotta, fine, whatever. So I'm like, mind your fucking whatever. So he scans it through the glass. So I'm like, all right, clean as a whistle. So out comes the receipt, take my receipt. And next thing he goes, now hand the packages to me. I went, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? You don't have a hatch. I will come out, I guess. I went, well, fucking come out then. Oh my God. So the guy comes out and steps just outside. The other guy fucking pegs it to the other end of the shop because his door opens into this guy's fucking range. Man comes out and like standing right beside me. He's like, hand me the packages, please. I'm like, for fuck's sake, man. We went through this whole thing through the glass and you're just going to now stand beside, like, what the fuck? And I mean, like, yeah, do you know what? The more I think about it, that wasn't even xenophobic. That was just a bloke being a dickhead. I think that, or it may be a cultural thing. Like I said, I'm covering all fucking bases here for all the soft cocks who are going to go, I think he's... No, what? Listen, those aren't the sort of people. Those kind of people wouldn't have gotten 3 more minutes into this fucking podcast anyway, so they wouldn't have gotten to this point. So it's regardless. We don't like those kind of people around. Fucking it's never a problem. Never a problem. Which is lovely. The amount of people that don't. We as a group are not in there. We're, the virtue signalling. Oh my God, did he say so? Yeah, I fucking did. I did. And it's clear cut. There's nothing, it's a logical thought process, not just shouting for the sake of it. I'm noticing a lot of that, actually. There's an awful lot of, whatever this thing has done, it's created a real, I'm on team right, or I'm on team left, rather than just going, how about being normal cunt up the middle, and actually call things for what they logically are, and not because of what you believe they're fucking, you should be thinking they are. But then, people like teams. People do like teams, but I am always suspicious of people who are heavily virtually signaling on things like, going, oh, we are disgusting, guys. We should be. And you're like, well, we're not, but I think maybe you are. Like, there's something not right with you if you feel that way. You know what I mean? And of course, any of these things are just on the surface. They just go on the surface, clickbait. Here we go. You're like, have a bit of a read into it, But why? Why get into it? Why get into it? When you have the likes of Takeshi69. Takeshi69. How the fuck is that fella still going? Can somebody explain? Because that's shit. That straight up is shit. Like, how the fuck? I thought he was just a novelty thing that was bobbling around there a year or two ago. He's still on the go and he's actually really successful now. How? Hey, kids, like, I don't know, actual, like, children, I don't know. But fucking hell tonight, like, how, like, Takeshi69, how is nobody pulling up on that one going, what the fuck are you doing with that as a stage name? That is the name you see on an arcade machine, third on Mortal Kombat, back in, again, Takeshi, not even right by the game, but it's on Mortal Kombat. In 1998, in a strand somewhere, an arcade in a strand somewhere in Ireland. Tremor in Waterford, that's where that is. Takeshi69. 69. That's 69. And I cannot wrap my head around it. Like, and shocking shit. Not like, I know I sound like an old man. Back in my day, you had Snoops and you had Dre's, and they were fucking singing about the kind of thing a man can wrap his head around, like a fucking blunt, and some bitches, and an Impala, fucking, and Compton, fuck the police. Now they were fucking songs. I mind this Takeshi bastard. I mind him. Yeah. I can hear me back, so I know what I fucking sound like. That kind of felt good. There was no rhyme or reason into anything I was talking about there. Nothing. No reason for it at all. Oh, Lord. I raging before I go. I don't know how long I've done or anything because I've yoke in front of the timer on this, but I was raging. I look back at the Patreon page and a girl, Lisa, that I went to school with, she's a Patreon now, and she'd messaged, she goes, I hope you see this before you do the school days one, and I'm fucking bulling. Apparently I've no memory of this, and this is not an element of how cool I thought I was in school or whatever. This is an element of the lack of memory I have when it comes to anything. So, unless it's deeply traumatic or extremely deeply traumatic / funny more than anything. But apparently I wrote her a Valentine's card in first or second year, and I just filled it with dirty jokes. Romantic bastard. I don't know, was there multiple cards that year? I have no memory of that whatsoever. It was like, fuck, it's not that, like, I'm not in my 80s, like, but I know that is not there at all. But I'm fucking raging I don't, because that's kind of funny, from a weird little young fella fucking writing. But, I suppose apparently she kept it in a cupboard or a drawer, and her parents must have known. Her parents was one of my teachers, one of the cooler teachers, you know what I mean? Just a person who actually behaved, and you got a vibe that he was actually a teacher, not just some student giving it a crack. But apparently they didn't say anything, but they definitely found it because it went fucking missing. They weren't fond of the dirty jokes that were in it. I want to see, I love to know the jokes. So if you're listening, Lisa, and you can remember any of them, send us on the jokes. I want to know what fucking jokes I was telling when I was 14. That would have been, fuck, could have gone straight into stand-up back then, had there been an avenue in Tipperary town. There wasn't really, if the truth be told. There wasn't really many on the go anyway, full stop in Ireland, but that was just, that's cool, getting a blast in the past like that. I'm raging I didn't say it. And bullying that you didn't come on. You should have come on the live podcast and talked about it. Then again, sometimes it's hard to jump on a live podcast that's streaming with a bunch of people if you've got kids in the house and, walking around a place and there's grown men talking into a screen, cursing and swearing, and grown women as well. And I'm trying to keep the swearing down to a minimum. As I talked about it before, you can overcook the fucks. So I'm trying to drop them out of my lexicon bit by bit. I can't go cold turkey. Jesus Christ, can't just walk away from the fucks. They've given me so many things. I'm putting up like I said, the audio of the whatchamacallit will go up on regular release tomorrow. The video of Hard Nut Podcast number 8, which is called Burger Wars and Polish Love, is up on, that's out now. So go listen to that if you haven't listened to Hard Nut Podcast. If you haven't hit subscribe, I can barely if you can't speak, start your own podcast, it would seem. And the video of that is gone. Is it gone up? Yes, it is gone up on the Patreon page since this morning. So have a gander at that if you want to. I will be putting the Phil Nickel episode up on Patreon tomorrow. What else have I got? Yes, I've a nice juicy 4 or 5 minute stand up clip to go up on the Patreon as well. I'll put that probably Thursday just to fill the week for you. And over the weekend then hopefully we'll have something else out. We will definitely have something out over the weekend, whether it's the new show we're talking about or we'll have a live podcast. Or fuck it, we might do both. Lads. Thanks again to everybody for listening. Hit subscribe, hit rate, 5 stars. It's savage. The rating is savage on it at the minute. Like I said, there's a couple of dickheads that put 1 star. Fuck off. Thank you very much to the people who bought merch. Continue, keep going. There's more designs on the way. This is a whole thing that was to go on over the summer. I was meeting up and talking about more designs, but hopefully I've got 2 lads who are very, very cool tattoo artists are on about doing some cool stuff for me. So that'll be in there. Nelly. As well as that, what else do I have for you? Fuck it. I'm going to pretty much fill the week for you anyway as far as this stuff goes. So, Harden Up Podcast, this one. Get over onto Get Vocal. That's the best place to go. If you're, as a Patreon, it's the best place to go. If you're not, if you fancy just watching on through Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find me on all them things. Other than that, goodbye and thanks.